The PFF Plus holiday sale is going on right now. Use the promo code HOLIDAY30 to get yourself 30% off a PFF Plus subscription. That means that you get everything. The grades, the premium stats, all of the fantasy tools, all of the betting tools, all the draft tools. It's everything a football fan could want year round. Holiday 30, that's what gets you 30% off that year-long PFF Plus subscription at subscribe.pff.com. Titans are traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. Interestingly enough, Dalton, I don't know if you saw this tweet from Adam Schefter, but Deshaun Watson designated to return from injury from his second Achilles surgery that he had in January. I never even thought that this was going to be something that they would do. I didn't think that they were going to activate him at any point in this season. Now, obviously, he's not activated yet, but designated to return, I feel like is not nothing. We'll see, I guess, as the season goes on. But he's not going to play in this game. The Titans or the Browns? Which side do you want to talk about with this one?
We're going to talk because I think outside of any draft implications, there's not a whole lot to talk about with the result of the game itself. Let's talk about Myles Garrett and get on that sack record watch for him. He's sitting at 19 sacks right now. The record is 22.5, set by Michael Strahan and TJ Watt, right? And of course, it would cause no controversy at all around here if Myles Garrett broke a TJ Watt-Peld record, right? But want to look at him against former Steeler Dan Moore Jr. at left tackle in this game. And these two went at it a lot for the last 4 years when they were matched up, Browns versus Steelers, right? And Myles Garrett in his career, all right, 179 pass rush reps against Dan Moore Jr. when he was the left tackle of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A 94.1 pass rush grade.
Jeez.
A 32.9% pass rush win rate. 25 pressures and 7 sacks. Those last two numbers are the most pressures and sacks that Garrett has against any player in his career. Obviously, playing him twice a year for the last 4 years helps, but 25 pressures, 7 sacks in 179 pass rush reps, and basically winning 1 out of 3 reps as a pass rusher. And when you think about Cam Ward likes to hold the ball, he likes to improvise. Myles Garrett wins as quickly as anybody, right? And Cam Ward trying to make plays in the backfield. Could we see a scenario, Trevor? He needs 4 sacks to break this record, and he's got 5 games to do it. Pretty darn good. Could we see a scenario where Garrett ties or even breaks this record this week against a left tackle who he's got more sacks and pressures against than anybody else?
I would love to be hot takey for our social team to be able to clip this, but I think he'll tie it.
Oh, you're going 3.5. Wow.
I don't think he'll break it. Oh, yeah, because he needs the half, right? Because he's got 19.
He's got 19. The record's 22.5.
I could see him getting 3. I could see him which is it feels like the dumbest thing that I've ever said so casually, to have a guy predicting that they're going to get 3 sacks in a single game. But you're right. Cam Ward likes to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. He knows Dan Moore Jr. well, and he's whooped up on him at different points throughout his career. Myles is in the situation where you're not just looking to break the sack record on the last week of the season. Myles Garrett has the chance to do something that won't be touched ever again. Like 22.5 sacks in a single season is the NFL record since they've been keeping stats, or since they've been keeping track of stats. Is incredible enough, but Myles has a chance to get like over 25. Like we could potentially, and I actually don't think that this matchup will go in a long way into how we talk about this year with Myles Garrett, because this specific matchup and how he plays here, like if he gets 3 sacks in this game and he's sitting there at 22 total with 4 games remaining, we could be in a situation where at the end of this year, you know how you'll see on like TikTok or Instagram, people be like, oh, what's some of those untouchable records in sports? We have the potential for this year to be one of the most untouchable records that we'll ever see in the NFL, depending on how many sacks Myles Garrett ends up with. I mean, if he ends up with 26 sacks this season, I can't imagine anybody ever touching that ever again. Anybody getting close. So this game against a familiar opponent in Dan Moore Jr. could be the catalyst for us talking about this year, not just as a great year, not just as a record-breaking year, but like an all-time in all of sports type of a season for Myles Garrett.
Couple of things to keep in mind too: 14 sacks in his last 5 games, which is just ridiculous. At least 3 sacks in 3 of those games, and a Cam Ward note. Cam Ward leads all qualified quarterbacks with a 27% pressure to sack rate. Highest pressure to sack rate in the NFL, to go with Myles Garrett against Dan Moore Jr. on that blind side. It's crazy to say, but because it's Myles Garrett, I mean, he's Superman basically. It is actually just not out of the realm for him to break the record. It's not completely. I mean, we've seen him get 4 sacks in a game twice in the last 5 weeks anyway,
which is crazy. On the Brown side of things, honestly, on offense, though, I know all the talk is going to be about Shedeur because it always is, but the run game's actually been pretty steady for them. They've got a really nice 1-2 punch with Quinshad Judkins and Dylan Sampson. Over the last 2 weeks, specifically, 181 total rushing yards from their running backs from that duo, 157 of them coming after contact. So this duo is doing a lot of the work on their own. 61.8 rushing grade as a unit, 12 missed tackles forced there from those 2 guys. So I'm excited about this group moving forward. I have no idea what the quarterback is going to be for this team in 2026, but I know you got 2 backs to be able to hand the ball off to, and really like the Judkins pick when they made it in the draft, and then I really loved the Sampson pick as well. They just have 2 young guys to be able to ride with as a really good duo over the next couple of years. So feel good about these guys. Now they're both healthy. Now they're in the lineup. I think that they're playing pretty well as you could expect from a rookie duo. So wanted to shout them out as well. I do think the Browns win this game. I think it's low scoring, and with that, I think it'll be close. Browns 14, Titans 13. That's my line here.
Yeah, this is going to be ugly. I think the game, at the end of the day, for all the other things we've talked about, I actually do think it comes down to the 2 quarterbacks in the sense of which one can just play clean football, right? I think the Titans' run defense, you mentioned the Browns' run game, but their run defense is the best part of their team. They're 8th in the league in run defense grade. Those guys on the inside, Sweat, Simmons, Cedric Gray, Cody Barton at linebacker have been really solid for him, especially between the tackles. And to me, it comes down to which of those quarterbacks can just avoid those big mistakes under pressure, because we know Garrett's coming to Cam Ward on that side of the ball, but how does Shedeur handle that interior pressure that's likely coming from Jeffrey Simmons there on the inside? I think the turnover margin settles it. I think the 2 quarterbacks need to play clean football for their teams to win, but I'll take the Browns at home. I have it 16-9.
Beckett, who works on our social team here at PFF in the chat, said, Trev, I was ready for the clip. Come on. Sorry, I couldn't give it to you this week.
Just 6 sacks. Get him to 25 this week. Is that what we'll do? Just shat. Don't even just break him. Don't even just break the record. Just shatter it with a month to go. And the craziest part to me is the numbers that he's racking up. Trev, he's still not 30 years old till later this month. It's just the pace that he's on.
Where is he all time?
Oh, that doesn't get talked about enough because what is it? 200 sacks is the record.
Yeah.
Boy, he's going to give him 4 or 5 more years, even close to what he's been for his career. And
man, Cam Jordan's tied for 17th. He's got 128.
Good player.
Yeah, he is.
Let's see this.
Where is Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett is about.
He's 23rd.
I have him 23rd.
Yeah, he's
the official list. Sorry, they have the unofficial list too. So officially he's 23rd.
He's 23rd.
Man, yeah. He's a half sack behind Simeon Rice. That's crazy.
But then there's a huge log jam because like the difference between Michael Strahan having 141 and a half and then Myles Garrett at 121 and a half. That's how many spots would that be? 17 spots. So if Myles Garrett from this point on for the rest of his career, however much longer he wants to play, if he gets 20 total sacks, he will be in the top 5 all time.
Yeah, but think about that. Michael Strahan's 6th, right? And Garrett's 20 sacks behind him right now. He could be 6th all time in sacks at 30, having just turned 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's silly.
How long did Michael Strahan play? Michael Strahan's last year, he was 36.
15 years he played, yeah.
Damn.
He could be 31 years old, 6th all-time in sacks, and we'd
What
be
about
on
Julius Peppers? Julius Peppers played till he was 38. Julius Peppers is 4th all-time. Reggie White played until he was 39. And then Bruce Smith played until he was Bruce Smith played defensive end until he was 40. Until he was 40.
No, we're
That's
on
nuts,
the
too.
pace he's on. We're on all-time watch right now. This year put him really on like all-time record watch.
Well, it has to, because the only year that Myles Garrett has had less than 10 sacks in a single season was his rookie year, and he only played in 11 total games. Every year that he has played at least 14 games, he has had at least 12 sacks.
Silly. Just silly.
He's played 129 games and has 121 and a half sacks. Dalton, he almost averages a sack a game.
For his whole career. Yeah.
For his whole career.
I don't know.
Bruce Smith played 279 games and had 200 sacks. He's not even close to averaging that number.
And what is it? He's the first player with 12 in 6 straight years. It's just, I don't even.
Reggie White's closer. He played 189. Or no, he played in 232 games and had 198 sacks. So he's a little bit closer.
Actually, do they have that number? Do they have a sacks per game number? I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't see it as like readily available. We would have
probably,
to do the math.
Yeah, it would probably have to be like, sack percentage. That could help us. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, it's freakish. And if he puts up 4 or 5 sacks this week, then you're going to be like, darn it, I should have just called it out to be that guy.
Playing in 129 games and having 121 and a half sacks is truly insane. I mean, there's a world where he could basically be right there and even at the end of this season at age 30.
Yeah.
I'd never really broke it down like that, and that's crazy. So anyways, I had the Browns winning this game. You also have the Browns winning this game. Let's move on to the next one.